Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to Walls of Wellness. We are super excited to have you join us today, and I am looking forward to introducing you to my guest in a few moments, Miss Ahava Divine. So, if you are new to the show, welcome and thank you for joining us today. I always encourage people to open a tab, get a notebook, get something to write on. And this even for myself. I always keep one next to me because you are going to hear something's going to be said that hopefully motivates you, inspires you, encourages you some way, somehow, or even if it's not for you, it's for somebody else. So if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet at Ask Dr. Walls 525, please be sure to do so. It does not cost you anything. I'm not asking you to do a paid subscription. I'm just asking you to subscribe to the channel. I am trying to get those numbers up to over 1,000, so I appreciate it if you can help me with that. So, as I mentioned today, we have a wonderful guest. Her name is Ahava Divine. She will be joining us in less than 10 seconds. So as moment she gives me that thumbs up, then I know it's time for me to bring her right on up on screen. So you should have your pen, your paper, your tab open, whatever it is that you need to take some notes. Be sure to do so, and you can always hit that replay. All right, Ahava, if you're ready, give me the thumbs up, and I will go ahead and bring you on screen. All right, I think she is ready, y'all. Let's do the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and bam, 1. There she go.
I could not figure out where the thumbs was at. I'm so used
It's
to
just
Zoom.
you. It's
Oh,
just
it's
you.
me. Oh, I'm looking on the computer. I'm like, where are the thumb icons at? I'm so sorry. I
It's
apologize.
all good. It's all good. Welcome to the show. How you doing
Thank you.
today?
I am feeling amazing today.
All
I feel
right.
very vibrant,
Good.
beautiful, centered. So I'm feeling good today.
I love all of
Mhm.
that. And we're flowing in the various green continuum
I
here.
we are you have on green as well.
I
Listen.
do.
Green is royalty, green is
Yes.
love, green
Come
is
on.
prosperity,
Yes.
green is what's in.
Yes. It's what's up. It's what's up.
Yes.
And seeing how we are matching ring sisters. You have your
I
ring on
know.
today? You
I
don't have
do
your ring
not.
on today?
My
Okay.
daughter was playing with it last night, and
Uh-huh.
so I didn't want to spend too much time sweating out my hair looking for no rings.
I
So
understand. It's
I
all
was just,
good. It's
but yes, that is how we connected. It
yes.
was on other things when it comes to like the
Mhm.
education and everything, but the rings
Yes.
just
She
the
kept popping her ring. She was just talking, talking, talking. And
same exact
I
ring.
said, girl, you got my ring on.
I'm like, Dr. Walls, we are connected. That's
Yes.
just
Come on.
that
It was right
yes.
there. And
Yes,
the
it was.
conversation. And when we met, it was like, okay, we have to talk even further.
Mm.
So let's take a moment and introduce yourself to the people. Tell them a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so my name is Ahava Divine. I am a psychological alignment expert. I am
Hmm.
from Camden, New Jersey. Um, I am currently a doctoral student in education, and I work with individuals and families who are who wants to unbind themselves from their past and wants to create a
Hmm.
life of abundance.
Hmm.
So I spend a lot of my time doing community and advocacy work.
Yes.
And right now, I am shifting into a new arena
Yes.
and I am excited about it. I am stepping into childcare. I'm in the
Hmm.
process of opening up my in-home daycare. So I'm excited about that.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank
Congratulations.
you.
You know, all things education are important to me. So
Yes.
from the
Yes,
little
Dr.
ones. So my
Walls.
first class was infant and toddlers. So when I'm going as young as they go, and the place where I worked at that time, we started at 6 weeks. So, yeah, I know a lot of places don't go that young, but we started at 6 weeks and then all the
Yes.
way up through all levels of education I have taught.
That is my goal. My goal is actually to start at 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So, 2 years ago, I was a professor at Princeton. I was teaching a summer course. Prior to that, I did substitute teaching. I've always been in the space of educating and
Okay.
empowerment.
Okay.
So, when I took a moment to reflect on what I wanted to do next, because
Mm-hmm.
it was time for me to pivot and go a new direction, I was like, you know what? Everything I've touched has always been in this route.
Yes.
So you know what? I'm a explore this and see how it goes.
Very good. Very
Yes.
good. So let's talk about, you are a psychological alignment expert. What in the world does that mean?
Okay, so I'm currently working with entrepreneurs
Mm-hmm.
who are in a position business wise, but mentally they have not allowed themselves to
Mm-hmm.
feel accepted and to feel accomplished and to feel that they have made it. I
Mm-hmm.
have worked with people prior to me shifting my business model. I was working with people who had just experienced traumatic experiences in their life that wanted to shift their lives. But what
Okay.
I realized is most of the people I was working with was business owners.
Mm-hmm.
And although in the forefront they looked like they had it all together, once behind those closed doors, they didn't feel like they deserved to be where they were.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't feel like they really prepared or worked to get where they were. They
Yes.
just thought it was happening by chance.
Mm-hmm.
And what was happening, what I realized is some of the things they've experienced as children and in their teenage years made them feel bad that they weren't with their family or weren't in the same position they used to be in. So they were experiencing, um, they started experiencing survivor's remorse.
Yep.
So prior to me working with this population, I was an intensive in-home therapist.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to realize the symptoms of procrastination, the symptoms of survivor's remorse. And I
Mm-hmm.
decided to shift my business model to actually help those who wanted to further their lives start
Mm-hmm.
from the inside out because
Mm-hmm.
they got it all together when it comes to their business,
Yes.
but they just didn't believe that they should have what they have
Yes.
worked so hard for. So
Yeah.
that is what the alignment, psychological alignment special expert is. I assist people mentally and internally with accepting who they are
Yeah.
and putting them in position to scale their businesses.
Fantastic. Now I'm gonna make you laugh because we're still learning each other, everyone.
Yes.
And so there's things about my past. Hey there, V. Shane said, my. Right now, mind you, he's also a jazz pianist and singer. So his my come with a little Johnny Gill to it.
Ah,
Okay, but
okay.
look, I know he cracking up right now. When I first started out, and it's actually on the back of my first book, The Greatest Soul Journal, I referred to myself as a spiritual chiropractor
Mm-hmm.
because it was getting people in alignment with
Mm-hmm.
who they actually are. And so, yes, you are definitely recognizing that survivor's remorse, that guilt that
Mm-hmm.
comes with ascension and making the choices that you made lead you to where you are, just like others making the choices that they made lead them
Absolutely.
to where they are. Go ahead.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I also believe that prior to stepping into this space and me committing to it, I experienced it myself.
Okay.
So with my degrees and everything, I wouldn't talk about my education. I wouldn't talk about my certifications. I wouldn't bring up how much I invested in myself to be in a
Mhm.
position that I was able to be in
Yes.
because I didn't want anyone to feel like I was bragging. I didn't want other
Mhm.
people to feel uncomfortable.
Mhm.
So once I started using my own modalities on myself, I'm like, girl, you stagnate yourself right now. Like this not it.
Yeah,
And if you really desire to assist others, you have to assist yourself first.
that's right.
And having that survival's remorse will have you depressed over other
Mhm.
people's lack
Mhm.
of ambition or lack of inspiration, or have you feeling the type of way
Mm.
because you have borrowed it from somebody else, and that's not even really how you feel.
Right. Come on.
Yeah,
Come
so
on. She
that's
talking. She talking. I know the people in the audience is like, come on, Dr. Wall, shake that tambourine. I
yeah.
got it. I got it.
That is so cute.
When you speak it, like you ain't got to be in church to shake a tambourine.
No, you don't. You don't
Exactly.
gotta be in church to shout either.
Come
I
on.
know that's right.
Not at all. That's right. Shane said, physician, heal thyself.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
100%. So let's talk about this. So this definitely feeds into scarcity to abundance. So
Oh,
where'd that even come from?
oh my goodness. Scarcity to abundance, which was one of the areas where I was stagnant in, which
Mm-hmm.
is why I haven't promoted a book that I actually wrote
Uh-huh.
regarding scarcity to abundance. So
Y'all better
scarcity to
tell her. Y'all better
abundance,
tell her I'm coming for her. Well,
listen,
look, I'll come for about you know.
listen, I get it. So
Mm-hmm.
scarcity to abundance started when I was in my internship. I was in an advanced social work program. So I finished a 2-year program in a year. And I had worked really hard to get this internship with Dr. Q. So Dr.
Mm-hmm.
Q, I worked with in the community. He was phenomenal when it came to grant writing, when it came to strategic planning. And I said, I want to be an intern for him. I
Okay.
don't know what I was thinking. What was I thinking? While I was at his intern,
Uh-huh.
I was writing grants weekly. I
Oh.
had to be on top of not just things that was happening in the state, but things that was happening on in other states when it came
Mm-hmm.
to racism, when it came to political work. And
Mm-hmm.
so one day, like the night before an event, you're going to be hosting and facilitating this event.
Oh,
Just threw me out there, right?
wow.
So I
Yes.
was sitting there and I'm like, a part of me being his intern, I realized anytime he met with anyone, he
Mm-hmm.
made me research. I had to research the person. I had to look up as much as I could whenever I was tasked to be, even if I sat on a meeting. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I didn't speak. So I did I facilitated the event. I got off. We was probably on there for like 2 hours, and I was speaking to him and I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I don't even know if I deserve to be here. Like, I
Mm.
was really speaking from a space of uncertainty.
Yes.
Could
Go
you give
ahead.
me 1 second?
Go ahead. I'll pull you down. Yeah, I mean, we know that that can happen when someone calls you forward, and any mentee of mine knows I will put you on the spot if this is what you're saying you want, and or if I see that this is what you need, creating that space for you to grow. And also I appreciate her honesty, and I'll pull her back on as soon as she gets back, the honesty about not feeling worthy enough. And that is an activity that I do with a lot of my clients, where I will ask them, do they feel worthy for the things that they ask for? Do they feel worthy for the things that they achieve? And I would have them do mirror work. Go look in the mirror, look yourself in the eyes, and say, I am worthy. And the number of people who have difficulty doing that and or break down crying in the process,
Mhm.
it's amazing how much we may not feel worthy and or have given ourselves permission to have those
Absolutely.
things that we truly desire. Go ahead.
Absolutely. So as I was doing my supervision, because that's where the conversation came up in,
Mm-hmm.
I just told him, I was like, I really don't want to be here anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It was stressful. I had a 8-year-old. I was pouring a lot of, you've done internships, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you
Mm-hmm.
know how much they require for them not to
Yeah.
do this or do anything, right? So
Yeah.
I was letting him know, I said, maybe this is just not the right time. So something he used to do is he would say a word and tell me to go
Mm-hmm.
look it up.
Okay.
He wouldn't, like, I couldn't ask him, well, what does that mean? He's like, such and such is scarcity. I'm like, what is scarcity? Like, I've never heard of that word before. So I looked up the word scarcity and I was like, wow, he was talking about me this whole time. Because that wasn't the first time he used the word.
Aha.
It's just that I didn't pick the word up at the
Yes.
times he was using it prior. So then I
Mm-hmm.
looked it up. And so, like 2 years after I graduated,
Mm-hmm.
I realized I wasn't the only one who had a scarcity mindset.
That's right.
And there were other people who I was collaborating with and working with and trying to pull something out of them. And I'm like, this is what I was experiencing.
Mm-hmm.
So when I started my journey and got a therapist and started doing my spiritual work, I realized that abundance is a mindset. It's
Yes.
not necessarily things you accumulate, it's not necessarily money or materialistic things. It's a belief that you have in yourself and an appreciation that you have for life.
Yes.
That is instilled in you
Mm-hmm.
when you get to the point where you no longer subscribe to having a scarcity mindset.
Yes.
So I had started writing a book called Scarcity to Abundance, the eight pillars to unlocking your divine essence.
Mm.
And what I go through is it's a journey from an internal journey when it comes to self-worth, self-awareness, self-identity,
Mm-hmm.
self-dignity, and
Mm-hmm.
things that we believe that we know and we understand, but really don't have any idea. When you were just saying you have people do mirror work,
Yeah.
I have a 21-day mirror work book that I'm currently working on.
Come on.
And during you said something about someone saying they're worthy.
Yeah.
What I found as a psychological alignment expert is
Mm-hmm.
some people don't know what these words mean.
That's right.
So oftentimes people say things and feel too embarrassed to say, I don't know what that means.
Yes.
So identifying what worthy means to you will
Yes.
also assist you in your journey.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's the absolute truth. I know with some clients, they'll say, well, when I'm rich or when I get to be wealthy, and we break it down. What does wealthy mean to you? What does
Mhm,
rich mean to you? And so many times their definition, they're already living their definition.
mhm.
And they don't realize they're living it because they haven't moved from just moving unconsciously and subconsciously to being conscious and
Absolutely.
mindful about their life.
Absolutely. And some people often believe that in the future, if they do that one thing, they're going to
Mhm.
obtain everything else.
Yes.
When in reality, and this, I know this is something a lot of people struggle with,
Oh, yeah.
you already have everything you need.
Ooh,
You just
she
have
just
to
wants to
accept it
come.
and you have to believe it.
Yes.
I I posted something a few weeks ago when it came to belief, and I said, when you hear the word belief, like, do you believe in yourself? People think that, yeah, I believe in myself, and they think it's something positive. But
Mm-hmm.
if you have a narrative that you're telling yourself that everything always mess up, if it's not one thing, it's another, that is a belief system you are creating.
Yes. Yes.
So if you are subscribing to that belief system, then you're technically making the choices to make that belief true in your
That's right.
life. So
That's
you
right.
have to be mindful and understand that there is a lot of unpacking, unwiring, rewiring, and deconstructing that has to
Mm-hmm.
happen for you to live that life you envision.
Yes.
Because a lot of your choices that you have already made have created the environment that you have.
Come on. Tell them. Tell them. You got the right one today.
Listen,
Yes.
yes, Dr. Wall.
Yeah, and I do it, letting people take a moment and sit with the reality that they're living with today is
Mhm,
the result of their thoughts of yesterday, their thoughts
mhm.
and actions of yesterday.
Absolutely.
And so my
Absolutely.
motto is live your greatest life. And so my question is, are your choices leading you towards or away from your greatest life? And if you keep that as in the forefront of your mind as you're making choices, it will sometimes alter what you leaning towards.
Mhm.
Because, right, if I know I'm trying to fit in a certain outfit by a certain date, that piece of cake ain't on the
It's not
choice.
well, that's not a good choice.
Is that
Yes.
right?
Or look, or Dr. Walls, you could just get a bigger size.
Come on, could
You
I could.
listen, in that reality, right?
Yes.
And making those decisions, I think when it comes to, I'm glad you used that as an example, because I just started working out again. And I used to be a personal trainer. So
Okay.
I know what my capabilities are.
Yes.
And prior to us getting on here, I was telling you I was washing clothes
Mm-hmm.
and I saw an abundance of spandex. And I'm
Yes.
like, this is not who I am. Like, what
Right.
is this?
Come
Couldn't
on.
find any dresses, because in that space, that is what brought me comfort.
Yes.
The
Yes.
spandex.
Yes.
So I was eating a lot of things I shouldn't have been eating.
Mm-hmm. But it was
But
hitting that comfort zone.
it was. It
Yeah.
was. Sitting there looking at the ceiling for a
Yes.
couple months.
Yeah. Well, you had to let them
Definitely.
know why you was doing that.
Oh,
I know, but they don't know.
yes. So February 12th, my dogs were having a situation.
Her petite
Someone,
dogs, her very,
my
very
petite
little
dogs,
small
yes.
dogs that are a what?
I cane course on a Rottweiler.
Okay, y'all.
Yes, they were overstimulated and excited and started snapping at each other. So I let the leash go because I was still on my property. And my mindset is, when you have big dogs, you understand you don't try to break up no dog fight. You protect yourself.
Mm-hmm.
One of them would have got hurt. I would have been sad, but we'd have figured out afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
This woman ran across the street, came onto my lawn, grabbed my Cane Corso's leash, pulled his leash up. Now, for anyone who don't know, Cane Corsos are huge. She pulled
Very
the
big.
leash up, the leash popped, and both of my dogs went through my leg.
Mm.
So
Mm.
when my dogs went through my leg, shattered my fibula, my tibia, and broke my ankle.
Mm.
I have never broken a bone in my body in my whole life.
Mm.
And at that time, I was at the height of my career. I was operating two businesses. I
Mm.
was facilitating groups. I just started doing more spiritual work as a sound healer.
Mm-hmm.
And I was forced to sit down,
All the way down.
lay down,
I mean,
listen.
what they
I
say,
don't
go lay down.
I don't think I've ever stayed still like that in my life since I was able to make decisions for my life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that was who
Mm.
that was a moment of, that was a season of stillness.
Yes.
So I
Wait a
began
minute,
to,
we got to sit with that. A
yes, a
season
season
of
of stillness.
stillness. I think some
Yes.
people need, I'm going to put that in the chat. Yeah.
Yes.
Because we do. We have those. And sometimes we're so busy trying to get out of them that we
Mhm,
don't actually get out of them
mhm.
what we're supposed to get.
Absolutely. And prior to my injury, I say about four people came up to me within a span of probably like 3 or 4 months. I was like, how are you doing so much? Like,
Mhm.
are you taking time for yourself? I'm like, of course. Me getting fat or eating or going somewhere I want to go was considered me taking care of myself.
Mhm.
But that's really
Mhm.
just a maintenance. It's
Yes.
really not taking care of yourself.
Yes.
So I was like, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna take a break. I guess God said I wasn't taking a break fast enough, because I was praying one day. I said, but did you have to break my
I
bones?
mean, all of them. All of
And the thing is, probably after the third month, I found this little contraption on Amazon that
Mhm.
allowed me to still walk.
Mm.
And so I started using it probably like twice a week.
Uh-huh.
And I started going to events where people were just like planting flowers or planting
Mhm.
trees. One
Mhm.
of the events I went to by that Watu Moja had hosted, one of my friends was like, Ahava, I see you more than people with who have two legs.
Wow.
And I was like, I don't know if that's a compliment or
Right, right,
should I go lay back down? Like,
right,
but I
right.
was there.
Yes.
And what I realized in that season of stillness, which is still happening right now,
Mhm.
believe it or not,
Mhm.
I was overworking myself.
Mhm.
In that moment that I became injured,
Mhm.
nothing else flowed my way.
Mm.
So
Mm.
although I had a team and although I had things put in place,
Yes.
everything stopped
Look at that.
and things began to crumble,
Mhm.
which allowed me to see it. Although it was very painful for me to experience it,
Mhm.
I was doing my job, their job, and
Mhm.
everyone else's job, and I was so I was too busy to realize
Yeah.
that I was going to kill myself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I was also able to realize that just because you can do everything, don't mean you should do everything.
That's right.
And
That's
some
right.
people, I believe that when we put ourselves in position to take things off of people's plate, we're
Mm-hmm.
actually delaying the lessons that they need to learn.
100%.
So I at this moment and at this present time,
Mm-hmm.
I have accepted what I was doing, how I was doing, and had made a vow to myself that I was not going to do that again. And so that
Congratulations.
is what put me in a position to pivot and
Mm-hmm.
reevaluate what I was doing, how I was doing it, and even my business.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, congratulations.
thank you.
It's real. We all get the lessons. We get them in different ways because
Yes.
we have to get them in the ways that speak to us. And this is where I think God is the ultimate teacher and differentiates accordingly.
Mhm.
Right? So
Absolutely. Listen,
come on.
absolutely. And if you don't get it this time, don't worry. It's going to come again.
It's coming again.
It's going to
That's
keep
right.
popping up.
That's
Regardless
right.
of who you believe in, how you believe the world operates, or
Yes.
how you believe in your higher power, this life is meant to be experienced.
Yes.
So you're going to experience and learn through your lessons. And
Yep.
depending on what type of learner you are, because we're all different learners, will determine how many times you got to go through that
Come
same lesson.
on. Come on.
I'm
Because
sorry.
I am a teach me quickly, easily, gently, softly. Let's get it. I prefer a divine download than to a repeated lump, lump,
Listen,
lump. But
I preferred at that time, I need a deeper understanding. I
yes,
just need to know. By now, I understand how I can still have a deeper understanding without necessarily going through the whole experience all over again.
yes, exactly. Look,
Yeah.
Dr. Rivers put here, it's almost like you had to ask yourself, what does it mean to be in a season of stillness, and why am I avoiding being still?
Hmm. Hmm. And when you think about it, when I think about it, I don't believe I was intentionally avoiding being still.
Okay.
I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
I didn't know what being still was, because
Hmm.
just to touch a little bit on my background, because I know you probably will want to dissect it.
Uh-huh.
Um, I was in an abusive relationship where I was confined to the basement for almost a year,
Wow.
right? And
Hmm.
prior to that, I was in foster care. I was
Hmm.
house to house. So there wasn't any moments of stillness in my childhood past
Hmm.
the age of 7.
Hmm.
So for me, once I became free, I was
Yes.
like, I have to make sure that this never happens again. No one can
Hmm.
control my life this way. I
Hmm.
have to make sure that I'm able to feed myself, because if someone's in position to feed me, they're in position to starve me.
Yes.
So I was operating from a scarcity mindset, which
Hmm.
kept me moving, but
Hmm.
not really feeling, not
Yeah.
really looking deeper into what things meant,
Yeah.
not building long lasting, healthy relationships. I
Hmm.
was just giving, 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 and moving, moving, moving.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that moment of stillness allowed me to actually see the value I have and who
Yes.
I am
Yes.
and my worth. So it was necessary. I just wish I didn't have to break any bones to
I know
move.
that's right. I notice, it's interesting. It takes the time that it takes to heal in the various
Yeah.
different ways, right?
Hmm.
And so you needed whatever those months were. So you said this
Hmm.
happened in February. So here we are,
Yeah.
right? 8 months later, almost. Is that
Hmm.
where we are? Yeah.
I guess like 8 months, going on 8 months.
Hmm.
Um, I was using my bowls, my mantras, and my meditations to actually
Hmm.
assist me with walking again. I started walking again about 4.5 months after my injury.
Hmm.
I started working out probably in July. I started
Okay.
doing stretching and yoga and different things like that.
Yes.
I started running in August.
Mm.
And
Congratulations.
up until like a week ago, I started working out a little more consistently. So
Gotcha.
I was using those moments to see how I felt, to see what my ankle and my leg was communicating to me. It
Hmm.
took me about 3 months to even touch my leg,
Hmm.
because each time I touched it, I just cried.
Mm.
And
Hmm.
then right after that, I had a life experience where I almost lost my life in
Okay.
May.
Wow.
And I was experiencing internal bleeding and
Mm,
didn't know.
mm.
So at this time, I'm just starting to walk again. And then I end up back in a hospital. I wake up, I go to the hospital. They tell me they can't help me. They don't know what's going on. And I'm grateful that I had the doctors that was there. It was a Black team at Jefferson Hospital.
Okay.
And he shipped me out somewhere else because he was like, I can't see it and I don't know what's happening. So I'm gonna see you somewhere else. I
Mm-hmm.
went to the next hospital. They told me that they were going to make two small incisions on my stomach to see what was going on. And then afterwards, we will come up with a plan on what we're going to do next.
Mm.
I went under and came out, and they had taken a fallopian tube and a part of my uterus.
Wow.
And they had to do a C-section through that way. I was carrying a baby. I was expecting.
Mm.
And so on top of my leg, and I just started walking again. I
Yes.
then had to sit down longer
Yeah.
because I had a C-section.
Yeah.
And so all of this has happened within a very short
You got that
time frame.
right.
And so when I tell you, I'm like, God, what other lesson
Mm.
is there?
Mm.
But what I will say is losing my son has
Yeah.
put me in a position and mindset to start my in-home daycare.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's like I started seeing a pattern.
Yep.
Something happens, I create. Something
Yeah.
happens, I formulate. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, could we have a conversation through dreams or through my
Come on.
meditations? Like,
Come
do
on.
I have to physically go through it to
Mm-hmm.
get the message?
Yeah.
So that's what encouraged me to open up my in-home daycare, which is called Divine Early Learning Oasis.
Hmm. I love that. Look, V. Shane said big stories, big purposes,
Yes, big stuff.
right?
Yes, I agree.
And notice that ain't big purpose, it's big purposes. We can
Yes,
add
big
some more
purpose
S's
is.
on there.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for sharing all that you have
Pleasure.
shared. It is so true. Again, we extract what we learn from the different lessons that we've
Mhm.
been given, right? We can
Yes,
also negotiate and renegotiate the ways in which those lessons are taught. We
yes.
can request those divine downloads. Okay. Let
Or
me
they just
learn.
come involuntarily, like,
Go,
here you go. Like, I don't want this right now. Like, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I,
So
yeah.
now as far as your in-home daycare, when is that? When are you looking to open? Uh-oh,
So I
y'all.
am looking to open the second or third week of November. I am, yes. Listen,
Right around the corner.
yes, when I say I'm gonna do, and that's what I love about myself, and that's
Yeah.
also how I've learned about my gifts. When I
Yeah.
say it, it happens.
Come
So I'm
on.
very careful of what I say and what I ask for. So it will be open the second or third week of November. I am in the last two final stages. So the next thing I do my CPR and then
Okay.
the inspection, and then I can open. So right now, if you are someone who lives in the Camden County area who is looking for an amazing childcare facility or in-home daycare, Ahava Divine is your
Come on.
provider.
Come on.
So
Dion said, watch out now.
listen,
But
so what I've been doing is going around in different communities and surrounding communities and handing out flyers. Saturday, I will have a information session via Zoom.
okay.
I will let them know who I am, what I do, why I do what I do. And my daycare will be a nature-based learning daycare.
Talk
So
about it.
food will be made from scratch, juices will be freshly juiced, and youth will be reconnecting to nature.
Hmm?
Yes.
Mm.
So that's what I'm doing.
When I tell you, Dion and I just had this conversation yesterday
Really?
about, yes, really. I know if she could jump on this screen right now, she would be screaming because we were just talking about the power and the importance of incorporating nature, grounding, all of these different, while we were drinking our fresh smoothies,
Yes.
all of these different things, and that our children and our people have to reconnect with nature in
Hmm.
a healthy way,
Hmm.
and really heal the generational trauma of the
Absolutely.
connection with nature.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I really like outside of the environmental component with youth actually realizing that without this planet, we're nothing.
Hmm.
Teaching them stewardship, and
Yes.
through that they will learn about who they are in order to connect with others better.
Yes.
When I was doing my because I'm doing research right now on nature-based education, because it's really just for early
Hmm.
learners, and
Hmm.
it's not really anything for older participants. So when
Hmm.
you look at Finland and different parts of China,
Yes.
especially Finland, the first 7 years of the child's life, they're spent exploring. They do not go to school. They do not have a grade system. They're learning about nature. They're learning about themselves, self discovery, and learning about others, how to be a human, how to treat
Hmm.
people with human kindness.
Hmm.
So the work that I've done with returning citizens and all the different sectors I've been in, I'm like, it's a lack of knowledge of self, which is causing
Yes.
a lot of this disruption and causing us not to be able to unify because we don't know who we are. We don't know what we have in common. We don't understand how beautiful our lives really are outside of
Yes.
these systems.
Yes. Yes. It's the absolute truth. It's so important, all of this work and teaching our young people early on
Hmm.
the connection with nature. I mean, I remember being little, I used to love making mud pies. I used to love and selling them. I've been an entrepreneur
Yes.
for life. So
This mud would change your face.
that's right. Is it? You feel your hands.
Yes,
Feel how
so.
soft they are. Right. But it made nature okay.
Mhm.
And I share this. So my mother always had plants and loved plants, and she would spend time talking with them and sitting with them.
Yes, that is
Mhm.
important.
Yep.
That is important. They hear you.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Now, I will tell you a funny story. Plants and I didn't get along when I was younger, and this is why. So my brothers and I, we were outside of Woolworths. So I'm gonna show age for people who remember Woolworths. So we
Hmm.
were outside of Woolworths, and my mother was inside shopping, and we were playing tag and hide and seek, and they would have all their plants for sale outside. And so as I'm running, this plant, I tell you, this plant swung and smacked me in the face.
I believe it.
There was
Hmm.
no breeze, there was no
Hmm.
wind, no
Hmm.
nothing. And I turned and looked at my brother. I said, "Did you see that plant smack me in the face?" And they was like, "There I go." I was mad at that plant. And
Oh my goodness.
so it took me a long time to get right with plants because I ain't trust them. I ain't trust them. I ain't like 'em.
They probably was trying to slow you. Probably about to hurt yourself.
But
You
look,
never know.
later on, I realized we were playing tag.
Oh, and the plant was playing with y'all. Oh my goodness. And the plant said tag you it.
Tag you it. I didn't put it together until later and then reestablish my relationship with plants.
Oh
So the plant was
my
playing
goodness.
too. Right, exactly. But for a long time. But like I tell everybody, don't hit me in my face. We don't play that. Look,
Could have hit my shoulder, tap on
yeah,
the
it's the
head,
shoulder, my back,
anything.
anything.
Oh
Exactly.
my goodness. That is so beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. So teaching teaching them very early that it is
Mhm.
okay to have that relationship. It's not weird, it's not
Mhm.
strange. Be that tree hugger. It's
Yes.
okay. And even like with my clients, I will send them outside. Like, go put your toes in the ground, go put your
Listen, you
feet in the
have
mud.
to.
Yeah, yes.
You
Go
have
ground yourself.
to. And my thing is, like, I know some people like, this must be some new hippie stuff. This is what we've always done. This is how we connected.
Yes.
This is how we release.
Yes.
This is
Yes.
how we were able to cohabitate
Yes.
with Mother Nature.
Yes. Endure,
Yes.
resilient,
Yes.
reset,
Yes.
Recharge,
Yes.
all
And I
of that.
often, yes, when I was a therapist, I used to speak to my clients, the whole family. Like, although I'll be there for one person, I used to let them
Mhm.
know, like, as a unit, if you guys are not working together, no matter how much I help this individual, the environment is still the same. So I used
Yeah.
to task them to go outside.
Yeah.
Not even if it's cold, just put a jacket on.
Mhm.
Go outside,
Mhm.
smell some fresh air. Depending on where
Yes.
you are, the air may not be fresh,
That's right.
but you can still go outside. Just
Exactly.
briefly go outside.
Yes.
And what I realized is just like 5 or 10 minutes of asking that family to go outside allowed them to speak to each other in a different manner,
Yeah.
allowed them to have a different level of patience with one another.
Mhm.
One
Mhm.
of the other things that being outside allows us to do, it allows us to see what is possible
Yes.
and how big the world really is.
That's right.
And for a lot of youth and adults, some of them do not leave their areas that where they're from. And
Mhm.
it's like that's where that scarcity mindset also sets in
Come
at,
on.
not knowing that the world is bigger than here. The
Yes.
world is bigger than you. But you
Yes.
have to be willing and open to actually go outside and
Mhm.
explore.
Yes.
I have experienced a lot of careers in my short life.
Mhm.
I've been in law enforcement, I've been a drug and alcohol counselor, I've done lumber work at what's that place called? Home Depot.
Okay.
I was one of them people who believe that God did not create all of this for us to be somewhere for our lives.
Okay.
And I also believe that in order for me to determine who I am and what I want to do, I have to experience different things.
Yes.
And I've had fun doing it. And I think that's what allows me to connect with people the way that I do, because
Mhm.
I've seen so many people from different walks of life.
Mhm.
And my conclusion is we're all just human and trying to figure it out,
Mhm.
regardless of the letters behind our names or in
Yes.
front of our names
Yes.
or our education. Those are societal constructs that doesn't make us human.
Mhm.
And with me realizing that, I'm like, I want to continue to be free, and I want to teach kids how to be free, and I want to teach adults how to free themselves if they've never been free.
Yeah.
And that's what, go outside.
Yes. Go outside. Look.
Go outside. And if you don't like it, try a different space. Go
That's right.
outside somewhere else.
That's right. That's right. It's so, you know what? It is so true. And I remember recently, this was like pandemic. It was 2020, 2021. It was 2021. And a friend, colleague, she was helping me with my mom because unfortunately 2020 was when my mother had her stroke and could no longer live by herself. So
Mhm.
we had moved into the same space and so forth. And so I was redoing, it was a lot of construction going on. And I was kind of doing things as I had been taught or as
Mhm.
I had growing up. Like, well, this means the living room has to look like this and the family
Mhm.
room has to look like that. And she was like, no. She said, you got to build this house for you. She was
Yes.
like, you are a tall woman of a certain size. She said, what I need you to do is I need you to lay down and fully stretch out so that you get to know your true size.
Yes.
And that
Woo.
simple activity made me realize how much I had been shrinking to
Oh.
fit in to wait, right? Right? To what the world had set up.
Oh, goodness.
I
Mm.
went
Mm, mm,
all the
mm.
way back to first grade when my feet and my knees were pushing the tables up.
Mhm.
And meanwhile, everybody else's little feet are swinging
Kick it,
under the table,
yeah, having a good
right?
old time.
But mine are bunching the table. And so now I'm slouching and fitting, because that's the only way I can write on my book straight. Because if not, my knees are pushing the table up and it's wobbly.
Mm,
And so my body had learned how to contort and
mm,
be in spaces of discomfort, but find comfort in those
mm.
spaces. Never did I think a simple activity of laying on the ground and feeling my size would have me travel back
Yeah,
to
it's the
first
simple
grade.
things. It's
Hmm.
the simple things, the simple thoughts. Like, in actuality, life is really not that complicated.
In actuality, it is not.
So it's like we complicate things because of our lack of understanding and awareness.
Hmm.
But right now, I am a mother and I have a authoritarian way of parenting. So I
Hmm.
compromise with her. I really work with her based on her level of understanding.
Yes.
And the reason why I do that is because my daughter is 10, but she's just as tall as me and
Hmm.
she's just as kind of big as me when
Yeah.
I was her age.
Got
So
you.
she has the same issues that you have.
Hmm.
You've
Hmm.
had when you were in the first grade.
Yeah.
So what I've learned as a parent is your children learn their voices at home
Yes.
if you give them that space.
Yes.
Your children learn who they are at home if you
Hmm.
allow them to communicate with you how they're feeling and what they're thinking. If
Yes.
those spaces are not created at home, they
Mhm.
learn outside.
Yep.
They learn outside.
Yep.
And when I realized my daughter, she wrote a book called Leah Lovely Locks. She's published.
Uh-huh.
I'm still waiting on my we were reading and she said, "Mom, why are there no books about my hair?" And I was like, "Because she had
Mm.
locks." And I
Uh-huh.
said, "You right." I said, "What you want to do about it?" She said, "At 5, I want to write a book." And
Come
I said,
on.
"Okay." I said, "Find it. You can identify a problem, but also
Hmm.
try to figure out a solution."
Yes.
Because you don't want to be one of them people that's always complaining about things. So that simple exercise
Yes.
just reminded me of how I try to incorporate that every day with my daughter.
Yeah.
Is you're not like everyone else. You're
Yeah.
not like me.
Yeah.
You may have taken my face and everything of me, but you are your
Your
own
own
individual self.
person.
I'm gonna tell you
Yeah.
something that I wrote on the board this morning that she had to read before she left. Self-respect. I honor myself through the standards I uphold. And she's
Mm.
10. I
Hmm.
don't know if she's really going to use any of this stuff later, but how many times have your mother said something to you as a child
Yes.
that didn't come into play
Until
until you were
much
an
older.
adult?
Look, my 600, I'll never forget my $654 phone bill when I lived in Texas, calling back to Philadelphia before cell phones existed, y'all. And it was like, because I was constantly calling her as a fifth grade teacher when her words would come flying
Oh,
out my mouth. And I
mm-hmm.
was like, oh, that's what she meant. All right, y'all, this is what y'all gonna get. Oh, that's what she meant. And then I call on the phone. I'll be like, I get it now. Okay. I can't believe I said
Thank
it
you.
now. Right.
Oh my goodness. That I'm telling you, that is so true.
Yeah. But you plant the seeds, right?
Yeah.
You
Mm-hmm.
plant them and then you nurture them.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing I would tell my students, I said, I tell you this so you can't say somebody never told you. What you
Even if you
do
don't,
with it is
it's
up
up
to
to you.
you, right?
Completely up to you. Yes.
But somebody
Yes.
told you.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you don't remember my name, somebody told you.
The lady.
The
That's good
that's what I
enough.
always say. That lady, there she go.
She
That's that lady.
said.
Exactly.
Exactly. At least someone told you.
Yeah, but you put it in, and that's exactly it. And so we do, Dr. Rivers said how much I love, how much I've been shrinking myself to fit into the world is a great
Oh,
exploration question,
absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
And then we got to be brave enough to answer it.
Hmm.
Because a lot of times we'll spend time constantly asking the question, but not sitting
Yes.
with the answer.
And to dive a little deeper,
Yep.
it's like it's just like when you have a client and they want to find answers, but they don't want to ask themselves the hard questions.
Yes.
And it's like, if you really want this, then I can guide you as much as I can.
That's
But
right.
ultimately, you're the one that's going to have to identify it.
Yeah.
You're the one that's going to have to understand that you now have to work
Yeah.
to dissect this. And one thing I would love to say to everyone who's listening, do not rush yourself.
Yes.
Some people get it quick. Some people get it, but don't know how to implement it. Some people
Yes.
get it and don't know what to do with it. Some people get
Mhm.
it and crash, or some
Mhm.
people get it and ascend.
Mhm.
How you get it is going to be how you get it, and
Mhm.
what you want to do after that. If
Yes.
you need assistance, get someone who is trained to assist you.
Yes.
Get someone who could be a thought partner for you to
Mhm.
dissect it.
Mhm.
And what you may find right now may be different in a couple years.
Facts.
It is forever
Evolving.
forever
Yes.
evolving.
Forever. My mother used to tell us, and this is back in the 80s, she used to say, I'm in the process of becoming. And we would say, becoming what? And she was like, I don't know. Becoming. And I'm like, now, of course, when Michelle Obama wrote her book, I was like, see, you late to the party. You should have
Like,
you
my
should have
mama already said
capitalized on
that.
that. Okay, exactly.
Look, my mom told me this.
Exactly.
Told me this. And what I would also like to say for those who are struggling but don't know where to start, or saying making statements like, this is the way I am. This is
Talk
what
about
I've
it.
learned.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to change. People need to figure it out or not deal with me.
Mm-hmm.
That is also a scarcity mindset, afraid of change, afraid
Mm-hmm.
of becoming who you didn't see in your life.
Yes.
And I say that to say, I didn't have an experience of what a mother should be like,
Mm-hmm.
but I had experiences of what a mother shouldn't be like.
Yep.
So that is still inspiration.
And
Was it the
information.
inspiration that I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to
Mm-hmm.
experience? No.
Mm-hmm.
So I took the time, a lot of time, and I'm still learning. Oh, goodness, still learning what type of mother I wanted to be and what type of example I wanted to be. Because
Yes.
if you don't know and if you don't have kids, they don't listen to anything you say.
Mm-hmm.
Just say you right now.
Mm-hmm.
They mimic everything you do. So if
Yeah.
you telling your kids something and you not living up to it, just be prepared for them to throw it in your face later, or just not do it. You didn't do it, so how you gonna tell me that works if you didn't actually do it? So this morning, I woke her up at 6
Uh-huh.
and I had her work out, and then
Mm-hmm.
I wrote that. And my thing is, I don't want her to learn what self-respect is outside of here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I want you to learn it, to
Mm-hmm.
identify it and define
Yes.
it for yourself and what
Yeah.
your standards are. Because
Yeah.
I think that we just assume that we're raising our kids right because we feed them and clothe them,
Right.
but it's the things that's up here and
Yes.
in here that's going to make a difference.
It's the truth. It's the truth. And sometimes we have to be very explicit, right? We say, have a high self-esteem, but we don't say what that even means and and what that even looks like. And that's a phrase that I
Oh
refuse to use. I'll
my
say
goodness.
self-worth and self-value. Go ahead. Go
Oh
ahead.
my goodness. That word, I'm like, esteem. I didn't know what the word meant.
Come on.
So I started looking up the etymology of words
Very
and
good.
the origins and who
Yes.
who came up with the words. Because I'm like, I'm getting an example of professionalism. For
Mm-hmm.
the life of me, I'm like, why does that make that? Who said professionalism is that? And why is professionalism this? I could be professional and be considered professional and still represent who I am and
Yes.
my identity and where I
Yes.
come from.
Yes.
So for a period in my life, right,
Mm-hmm.
I used to be very intentional with wearing big hoop wooded earrings in
Okay.
vibrant colors. When
Yes.
I did speaking engagements, when I was invited for political meetings,
Uh-huh.
just so I can say, just so you can see what I have on does not make me. Up
Yes.
here and how I speak and how I'm able
Yes.
to understand and comprehend and communicate
Yes.
does not change because of my
Your
clothes or my
attire.
hair. Yes.
Mhm.
So when it comes to self-esteem, I'm like, I really think that's for other people. That's for the
Mhm.
outside.
Mhm.
That's
Outside
for the
looking in.
validation. Yes, that's for the validation component of
Mhm.
me needing to be validated who I am, because then that raises the esteem. I'm like, mm-mm.
Right.
I didn't want to subscribe to that.
That's a very interesting twist that we
Hmm.
will have to explore on another day even further. That I know some people are like,
I'm here for you. I'm here for you.
yeah,
Yes.
I like it. I like it. Well, Ahava, tell them where they can follow you, any events, if they want to contact you, if they would like to experience a psychological alignment expert. What do they need to do?
Okay, you all can follow me on I'm on every
You
platform. My
are.
name is Ahava Divine, Divine. The only platform my name is spelled differently is Facebook because Facebook refused to acknowledge that Ahava Divine is my real name.
Mm,
So I had to put Divine.
wow.
I am in the process of posting more, but if you really want to get in tune with me, check me out on YouTube because
Mm,
that is where I'll be uploading a lot of my content. That is where I'll be communicating with my community, the Divine Tribe. If you are
so
looking
cool.
to have a session with me, my email is contact, contact, at ahavadivine.com.
All right, fantastic. And all of the links for her are listed in the write up underneath this show. So please be sure to click on those links, follows. For those of us who are partaking in this social media content area, we need subscribers, we need follows. All right. So please, all you got to
Yes,
do is
follow,
click
subscribe.
it. Right. You don't have to purchase a subscription because I know sometimes people feel it that it's like subscribe, subscriptions. No, we just need you to click that subscribe
Click
to
that
the
follow.
channel. Yes. You can
Mhm.
also click the notification bell so that as we're doing
Yes.
something, as something's posted, it comes up. Dion said, yes, I know. I'm pretty sure that is in response to Divine Tribe. Because
Yes.
I mean, that is like, yes, who don't want to be a part of that? That is wonderful. So please be sure subscribe to Ask Dr. Walls 525. Be sure to subscribe
Yes.
to Ahava Divine. You see it's right there. The link is there. Again, she is on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
TikTok.
All of those click. And your
Yes.
name now comes up on TikTok as Sub Womb Man.
Oh, Sun Woman.
Son. Yes.
Yeah, Sun Woman.
Yes. You want to give a
Yes.
little explanation about that before we close out?
Yes. So I am, you are, we all are sacred wombats. And that
Mhm.
was a term that was used for us having a womb. So
Mhm.
I use that to remind people that I'm a woman.
Yes. All right, y'all heard it. And would you share with people what does ahava mean?
So Ahava means love in Hebrew.
Mhm.
And it is a reminder to me of because I changed my name
Mhm.
legally. When I speak and the words that come out of my mouth after I introduce myself and say my name, I'm mindful to speak with love and kindness.
Mm, I love it. Y'all know what's already coming. Yes. Y'all know.
Yes.
Well, needless to say, you already know, I should say.
Yes.
It once again, it is a pleasure speaking with you. We knew
Yes.
from day one that
I
we enjoyed talking with each other.
listen. I said I don't know how I'm gonna get you in or what we're gonna do, but I'm here when you're ready. I'm loving what you're doing. Yes.
And so here we are. Look, I had to show you
Yes.
my piece today.
I love
Isn't
that.
that
Oh my,
gorgeous?
that is
Isn't that
beautiful.
gorgeous? Yes.
Ooh.
I said, oh, I got to wear this for her today.
Oh
But
my, I appreciate it. Now I
no
need to find
problem.
out where you got it from. Because I
Okay.
need
Violet, what is it? Violet Bloom. It's in Elkins Park. And I
that is
think you would
pretty.
enjoy that store as well. Violets in
Ooh,
Bloom. That's what it's called.
Ellison Bloom.
Violets in Bloom in Elkins Park. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. Any final word or inspiration or message you'd like to give the people before we close out?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I would like to tell everyone before I
Mhm,
go to be kind to others, please.
mhm.
Be kind to others, but most importantly, be kind and patient with yourself.
Yes.
That is my message.
So good. Thank you. Thank you for
My
joining us
pleasure.
today. Thank you for blessing us with your presence, your words,
My
and your
pleasure.
energy. Everyone, thank you for joining us today. Be sure
Yes.
to subscribe to both of our channels for more
Yes.
goodness. Like one time I read there was an author, she said it's not more that there's more hate. then love in the world. It's just that hate is doing a better job.
And being
And
present.
and being very present. And so
Yes.
I encourage us to step our love game up. It
Yes.
does, right? It doesn't take 100% to tip the scales. It only takes 51% to tip the scale. So let's do our part. Now, if we get to 100, I'm here for it. But let's press a little bit more.
Yes.
Let's put
Yes.
some abundance on that love side of things.
Yes.
All right, y'all. As always, God bless and continue to live your greatest life. Talk to y'all.
Peace.
Bye. Come on, balloons.